morning and welcome to the Mario Perspective Show. Today we're going to talk about the news that just happened a few moments ago. The President of the United States, Joseph Biden, wants to run for re-election. I voted for the guy, but I voted for him because I remembered him in the 80s. He's not that person. He's done a very bad job. And let's face it, Kamala Harris is not presidential material. And let's not go because she's black or half this or half that. No, or she's a woman. It's not about that. It's that the woman doesn't have what it takes to be the president of the United States. Okay? Look what has happened in the last years. President Biden doesn't want to do any press conferences, doesn't want to talk to the public, and if so, there are questions asked by the left media, mainstream media. He never goes to Fox News, he never goes to the right. He doesn't care. Big corporations control this man. He wants to run a re-election from a basement. Could be a bunker from the White House, because he's not in Delaware this time. There's rumors he doesn't want to have debates. The first debate in this country was done between John F. Kennedy and Richard Nixon. The American people want to know. American people tune in to debates. It's important. But it seems like it's not important for President Biden. He talks a lot about the rights of Americans, abortion, and he talks a lot about how this union backs him up, or these people or that people. He makes a new video of his re-election bid. All I see is mainly black people. Well, the United States of America is not an African country. Black Americans are not the biggest minority. It's the Hispanic community. We're not represented correctly. He doesn't care. And I said once, he's awakening a sleeping giant, and that's what's going to happen. We're going to vote against this man. It's just a matter of time. I know I will. I'm going to vote for Donald Trump. Yes, he's radical, but he has the spirit of an American president. Something Biden does not have. He's controlled. Biden comes across like if he was a puppet of large interests, large corporations. He's not said anything about this big event that's going on with the boycott of Bud Light. It's something the president should give his opinion. Hey, this is what I think. He doesn't care. This is the same president who said the next juror of the Supreme Court must be a black woman. What about all the rest of the people who are qualified? If you would have said the next member of the Supreme Court must be a woman, okay, that's fine. But look at everybody. Not just the black community. And I think that's going to be downfall. I think that's enough. It's enough. What's going on in Chicago is he hasn't said anything. The National Guard should be on the streets. Police is outnumbered. The mayor that's leaving office, Lori, I don't even want to pronounce her last name, said the children, they're not children. They're 16 and 17 years old, yes. But I said it before, how many 17-year-old Americans went to World War II and fought for this country? They didn't riot for this country. But again, the media doesn't want to say the truth. Most of them are black teens. In the land of Obama, Jesse Jackson. But nobody says anything. See, the United States is being laughed at by China and Russia. And there's something that's going on, and most Americans are not paying attention. BRICS. BRICS is a union of many countries getting together to screw the United States of America. Financially and probably militarily. And what are we concerned? We have people creating chaos. Who cares? All these people in Chicago should be put in place by the National Guard. Nobody has the right to destroy other people's property, to hurt people who are just walking down the sidelines. This is what happens when you have a weak president. I mean, if Donald Trump would have been the president of the United States and Bud Light and Nike hired this trans man who thinks he's a woman, Dalen, he would have said something. And rightfully so. The United States of America is the mirror of the world, or at least it was. But when you have weak leadership, these are the consequences. Yet, Joe Biden wants to be president again in 2024. A few days after the election, he'll be 82 years old. 82 years old. 82 years old. There's a possibility Kamala Harris becomes president, and that would be extremely dangerous for the United States of America. This woman is not qualified. And it's not because she's a woman. It's because she comes across very stupid. The open border. And let's talk about the open border. People coming in like this was a free entrance. No consequences. It creates a lot of problems. And yes, we are in a recession. Things are not expensive. People are not booming. It's not true. Yes, the rich are the rich. Okay. But there's more poor people than rich people. And the middle class is shrinking every day more and more and more. And you have people who are more concerned about the NFL, Major League Baseball, basketball, soccer, than what's really going on in our country. If we want a country, we need to take care of it. I am going to vote for Donald Trump. I know he's radical, but he's got things that we need. And that's the spirit of being an American. It's being lost today. The blacks are very popular. I'm not envious or jealous. But we're not given the same opportunities. And I'm not going to play the race card like they do. I don't get this job because I'm black. I don't get this contract because collusion. The NFL has collusion against Lamar Jackson, who has only won one playoff game. But there's collusion. He's not that good of a player. And there's a lot of quarterbacks that can win 10, 12 games in a season and do nothing in the playoffs. Championships are won in the playoffs. So you can win 10, 12 games in the season. So what? It has no meaning. But going back to our country, that's more important. Joe Biden should not run for president. 70% of the Democrats, registered Democrat voters, don't want him to run. Yet, corporations and the people who control him, he's a puppet. They want him to run. In the words of our great president, John F. Kennedy, Ask what you can do for your country and not what the country can do for you. For the sake of the United States of America, Joe Biden must not win a re-election. Because if he does, we're going to have problems with Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, Brazil, Saudi Arabia, and many, many other countries. Think about it.